This puff pastry dessert, layered with decadent coffee-flavored pastry cream and espresso chocolate glaze, will satisfy any coffee lover's sweet tooth. You start with a sheet of puff pastry, and I like to roll some sugar in the top layer. This gives you a beautiful color and a little bit of crunch, and then this 11 by 15-inch rectangle can be cut into 3 equal rectangles. Now to bake, make sure your oven is preheated to 400 degrees. I like to just spray the baking sheet with a little bit of water. You can bake on the parchment if you like, but it works really well on a slightly damp cookie sheet. 2 will fit on one, and 1 on this one. Now to keep the pastry from kind of getting all crooked while baking, just cover with a rack like this. The puff pastry will rise just till the bottom of the rack, and it'll stay a good shape. Get this right into your 400-degree oven. 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Now for the pastry cream that fills the Napoleon. 2 cups of milk. Heat the milk with a pinch of salt, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 1 vanilla bean. You can split it, scrape it, add all those delicious vanilla bean seeds, and throw the vanilla bean in too. So let that warm up. In a large bowl, 4 large egg yolks. So you whisk these eggs with another 1/4 cup of sugar. Pastry cream is a starch-thickened cream that's used for fillings of pastries like eclairs and Napoleons. And 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Mix that in, nice and thick, and that will be added to the liquid ingredients. All right, the milk is coming to a simmer. Add 2 tablespoons of instant espresso powder, which is brewed espresso that's been dehydrated into granules. As with all other ingredients, find the best espresso powder that you can. It smells so good. Instant espresso powder won't make the greatest cup of coffee, but it is delicious added to baked goods and sweets. So that is pretty warm. I'm going to add that in little rivulets to my egg yolk mixture. This is called tempering. We want to warm the egg yolks. We don't want to cook them so that they curdle. Remove that vanilla bean. It's served its purpose. Really smells very good. So add this back to the pot, off the heat. It will start to thicken thanks to that cornstarch and eggs. Keep stirring until the mixture comes to a boil, and then cook for about 2 minutes. Okay, I would say that this is thick enough. Turn off the heat, add 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter. This makes your pastry cream shiny and adds a little bit more flavor. Now put this right through a fine sieve. It smells like coffee, and it's making me thirsty for another cup of joe. The color is a rich, dark brown. And now press a piece of plastic wrap right into the surface. This will prevent a hard skin from forming. Put this right into the refrigerator and chill for approximately 2 hours. Now for the filling and the composition of the Napoleon. 3/4 cup of heavy cream, unsweetened. This lightens the pastry cream, makes it even richer, and really does enhance the consistency of the pastry cream. Whip it till soft peaks and fold that into your chilled pastry cream. This Napoleon can be filled with a vanilla pastry cream, and you can layer raspberries, strawberries. So here's your beautiful pastry cream. Now the glaze for the top. 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. We're making a coffee glaze using 2 tablespoons of espresso. This is a nice rich glaze. So let that melt into the cream. And about a half a cup of confectioner's sugar sprinkled right on top of the espresso cream mixture. This will add the sweetness that you need. So here is our glaze for the top of the Napoleon. So now assembling some pastry cream. You can be generous, but not overly generous with your pastry cream filling. I wouldn't go to the very, very edge because the weight of the 3 layers of puff and 2 layers of cream will kind of compress the whole thing. And your next layer. So here we have the last layer. Now I'm going to turn this upside down so that I have a more flat surface on which to glaze. Pour your coffee glaze on top. Now the pastry cream will stay in the refrigerator for a couple days. So you want this glaze to be bubbleless, and you want it to completely cover the top of your Napoleon. Once this is chilled, it will slice very nicely. And now, to further ice the cake, we have a little bit of melted chocolate. And you draw your lines of chocolate right across the whole Napoleon. And we used a semi-sweet chocolate for this. Now, what makes a Napoleon a Napoleon? This little technique. With the point of a bamboo skewer, you just draw right through, lightly, through the chocolate, wiping the tip, and you get that impressive French design. Pretty. It'll be even prettier if you go now in the opposite direction, in between. So beautiful. Have your finest little demi-tasse cups ready and serve this to your guests with your very best espresso. Better in a couple hours than tonight. Enjoy.